It's not really consistent, so it's almost like she can't make up her mind. Well, hello there, wig friends, and welcome back to my channel. I am Nicole Renee. But then again, why be so formal? I just always go by Nikki, and I would love to know who you are. So if you haven't yet already subscribed, join the party, as I always say, because I like to have a lot of fun here on my channel, and I want you to join in on it as well, especially if you love wigs, including wig reviews. That's what I bring you a ton of. Even though I am working on some other content, I just have so many wigs to get through that I'm focusing on that right now. So that's all the more reason for you to subscribe. So please click the button down below to do so. And if you already have, thank you so very much. I greatly do appreciate it. I am going to be reviewing this wig that I'm wearing right now, and of course I'm going to be telling you all of the important information. I want you to know what you need to know so that way you can make an informed decision on if this is the right wig for you or not. And in return, please go down in the comments and give me your respectful feedback. I also happily do take requests. Therefore, if there's a wig you'd like me to review, just let me know and I will look into it for you. Speaking of which, this wig is a subscriber request, so we're gonna get into it. And first, let me show you what I'm wearing for my eyeshadow look today. And I'm not sure when I'm gonna upload this. I'm hoping to do it this evening, but today is Halloween. Ooh, my favorite holiday, so I had to get in the Halloween spirit and wear the Spooked palette from Gourmandy Girls. And here it is. I mean, come on, that is gorgeous. All right, so as far as this wig is concerned, let's get into that. And who I have today is a wig from Beshe, and she's in the style Equal. Yeah, this is their stock card. What can I say? She is an HD lace front. It even says HD invisible lace wig right there. And I have her in the color F4/27. Down here they list the other colors. There's a total of 8 of them. So of course, pause that and zoom in if you'd like. But really they don't say much on here. It just says she has ear-to-ear lace, a deep part lace wig, and she is heat safe up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I picked her up from Ebonyline for $34.99. So I do have some cons, but I also have some pros. So I'm just gonna kind of mix them up as we go along here. But starting off with her length, the stock card says she's 21 inches. Yeah, I'm not used to seeing numbers that have an odd number to them, but I mean, yeah, I would say that's about right. So I do like her length right below the shoulders. I think that's perfect. So this is a good length, and even just style in general that you can wear for pretty much anything. I could see her being as a good daily style and work style. So yeah, you can get a lot of use out of her that way. She has some layers here too, which I like because it's giving her that perfect volume. It goes along with the density, which is just right as well. But this is a natural looking volume. She has some very nice body and movement and bounce, so I like that. And the pattern itself, some may call it a wave pattern, some may call it a curl pattern just because it's more tight. So either way you look at it, I think the pattern itself is very pretty. But she does seem to look a little messy and frizzy, especially over here on this side for some reason. I'm not sure if you can really see it or not just because she is a darker color, but trust me, it's there. And that can be a little distracting because you, of course, want your hair to look really nice and everything. So I'm kind of disappointed with that, but that's just one con. She is a beautiful color. I do also have some, I guess, personal preferences in regards to this color. I've reviewed it before. I have a couple other wigs in this color as well, but I do love the number 4 that you see here. It's a very beautiful, deep, chocolatey, true number 4. So that I am totally loving. And I love the fact too that you can see the 27 in here. Sometimes they can make it so subtle that you just don't even notice it. Therefore, I love the blend that way. I'm not a big fan of this up here. I mean, I get it. That's the whole concept. They meant to do that. But again, it's just my personal preference. I'm not a big fan of it like that. But otherwise, again, the color looks beautiful. Very nice natural luster. So it's that type of healthy shine you want to see that resembles human hair. I do like her texture. I think she's very soft, and I would consider her light yaki, meaning there's a very good balance of silkiness and coarseness, making her feel very realistic. And also, in my opinion, I think this is a really good multicultural texture, meaning she'll look natural on you regardless of your race or ethnicity. Let me just go ahead and show you what she looks like from the back before we go any further. Keep bumping that backdrop. I wish I had more room here and I wouldn't have to worry about that. All right, so all the hair back to the front. Sadly, she tangles a lot, and I think that too is going to make this issue with the frizziness and stuff a little bit more intense, and you know, just yeah. Over time, it's going to get worse. So that I'm not a big fan of. Of course, you know, she's synthetic. She's going to tangle, but she just tangles a little bit more than what I would want her to. So I'm just kind of running my fingers through for you. I mean, as you can see, I'm not really coming across too many tangles right now. But that's just because right before I clicked that record button, I kind of did a good comb through with my fingers. But trust me, she does tangle quite a bit. Shedding, I'd say in between. There's times where she sheds a little bit more and then the times she doesn't. It's not really consistent, so it's almost like she can't make up her mind. But either way, I guess it's a hit or miss when it comes to the shedding. And I do have some issues with her parting space. I think that it's a good depth, but I think the width could be a little bit better. So I didn't open it up, and I think it's mostly because of these highlights here. I just think that that's why I'm feeling that way. So again, that's just a personal preference. Some people like the thinner parting spaces, but at least she's laying very flat to the head, so that does make it easy to blend. But here's another thing I'm not a big fan of, and that is the baby hairs. Now this I like. First of all, this they did right. I like those baby hairs there because that's what you naturally would see when you part your hair. It's these other baby hairs I'm not liking. So let me pull that one set, and then here's some more over here. Sorry, I'm just trying to get them all. And I just think it's a little too much. It's almost kind of like an extra set of bangs. You see that? So if you like to lay baby hairs down, I think this probably would not be suitable for you. So I just think that they could have done away with either less or none at all and just kept it, well, I wouldn't say none at all, keeping just those ones that I pointed out earlier. So right now, obviously, I just have it all blended up with the rest of the hair because that's much better. And I haven't decided if I'm going to take them off completely or not, but at least that's an option. So again, I'm just thinking they could have done better with the baby hairs. Her sides and edges or whatnot, I think they could have done better with as well, simply because of the comb placement. as you saw, if you were noticing it all, because I know not everybody does, but when I showed the inside cap construction, the combs, you have one on each side up here towards the front, and there's not one in the back. So that I'm not a fan of either. But I think if they put the combs over here on the side, that would make up for it, because then you would have a better fit, I think, for comfort level, and then you won't have the lift up be quite as severe. Because let me just put the hair down again and show you what I mean. So if you're just casually going like this, boom, you're gonna have that lift up right there. So again, if the comb was there, that wouldn't be as prominent. So I'm not a fan of that. Obviously she's not pre-plucked, so she is thick, which that is to be expected. So I'm not upset with that, of course. Some of my own baby hairs are kind of sticking out there. But as far as the fit around the edges, I mean, hang on, let me just get here. It could have been a little better because, as you can see, a lot of my baby hairs are showing through, which isn't necessarily a bad thing depending upon the color you get. And if you want those baby hairs to shine through, then that sometimes does help make it look more natural. But again, it depends on the color. So for me, I wish that it did kind of cover up the natural edges a little bit more, so then that way you have more leeway with the color choices. But again, you got that lift up there, so if you don't want that to happen, of course, just use some type of adhesive, but I'm not going to deal with it today. I'm just not. I'm not going to do it. So again, I also too think that putting a comb in the back would have helped as well. But otherwise, she fits okay. She didn't have the greatest stretchability, and I did not have to take the straps in tighter than I normally do. So I really wouldn't say she's larger head friendly in my opinion. But then again, that's just my opinion. So it's always worth giving it a try if there's a certain style that you really like and want to try, and you do need a larger head friendly unit. You never really know until you try. So that's how I feel about that. Now, just for those who don't know, Beshe and Motown Tress are the exact same company. So what style they create with Beshe, they will also create with Motown Tress, but just give it a different name. So I'm not sure if this style already exists with Motown Tress or if they're going to be doing it. That's just normally how they go. But yeah, I mean, again, she has potential. She has pros. She has cons. She's not bad if you just need a wig to like throw on and go about your day. Just be prepared again that you may have to deal with a little bit of frizziness and tangling and whatnot. But overall, she's not all that bad. So I am going to give her 1 thumb up. I do recommend her, but I wouldn't say rush out and get her now. That makes it more easy to understand. But yeah, that's just how I feel about her. But I'm really glad that I did have an opportunity to review her. I love getting these requests, but keep in mind, I can't go out and pick all of them up that I get requested on, but I will promise I'll look into it. So again, glad I got her, and that is my review and recommendation for, what was her name again? I just totally drew a blank. Miss Equal. All right, so I need to go and make a brain rest right now. So I guess I'll just catch you all next time in my next video. But please be sure to tell me your thoughts down below. Let me know if you already have her. I'd like to know what color you have her in, and if you're having any of the same thoughts that I do. And also be sure to let me know if you decide to go pick her up after watching this review. But yeah, I guess until next time, bye-bye.